Nigerians, especially Christians, have been admonished to vote in candidates who have the fear of God and the masses at heart during the general elections. They were advised against voting candidates based on sentiment, religion, tribes or party, but instead should vote based on the personality of the candidates. These were the assertions of some Anglican clerics during an interview in Delta State. The clerics advised Nigerians against sitting at home when they ought to be at the polling units.
It is the duty of the church to ensure that we prepare for the election beyond this election and groom people who have genuine agenda, who have compassion for the people, who will not waste our lives, who will not come and begin to fester corruption, and who will not make us poorer than we were before. We must go through it. We have no choice. We must support. Encourage everyone to collect their PVC. Encourage everyone to bear the inconvenience of making sure they go out there and voting. Ensure that they fight for the credibility of the election and ensure that they maintain peace at all costs. No matter what goes wrong, Nigeria must have peace. We cannot afford war. We cannot afford the agenda of the devil. We must be more prayerful. We must ensure we watch for the security and plan for the future. We have no agenda as Christians. That's why we have lost virtually everywhere in every sector of this country. We must plan for the future to ensure that we have better Christian representation.
We like to appeal to all Nigerians that we should comport ourselves. It has come to a time where we need to choose credible leaders who love Nigeria and Nigerians, who desire that Nigeria should be developed like other countries. So we need people that are selfless, who are willing to contribute their own humble quota to developing this nation. So we encourage everybody, particularly Christians and even non-Christians. Number one, we need to pray and to seek the face of God so that we can be guided.
Because if a wise man failed to participate in politics, what happens is that they will be ruled by crooks. So there is need for us as a church to be proactive. Of election, we must not stay and be glued to our television and be watching the proceeding. It is imperative as a responsible citizen to go out and vote. It is through this we'll be able to vote credible candidates that will rule us with the fear of God. And if we do all these three things, I want to believe strongly that God on our side, we will have candidates, we will have representatives who will be able to rule us with the fear of God. And not only that, they will be able to do our bidding. Because he who pays the piper dictates the tunes. We are the one that is voting them. They should not lord it over us. But we get it wrong when we refuse to vote. We refuse to participate in politics. There is need for us to participate fully.
They further called on the youth to be responsible, not to allow any politician to use them for their selfish gain, and also for them to venture into politics and seek political positions.
The Nigerian person, especially the youth, since they are many more in number, should always, like I said, committed to God in prayer, then look at the antecedents of the persons involved. The persons who are telling us, vote for me or vote for this. Look at the persons. Are you very sure they can deliver? Have they been able to deliver? Or whatever, what do you think they can do? That will point you to what they can do, because the way the morning is, that is the way the evening will go any day.
To the youth, you don't need to sacrifice your life because of that man who wants to be a president or a senator or a house of rep or a governor, whichever position. You don't need to carry gun. You don't need all this. If they have done so the way you want to do it now, they can't be alive for you to fight this for them. They didn't do it for others. Why are you doing it for them? You have a life to live.
To encourage the youth in this country that whether we like it or not, these old ones will die off and they will get out of the sin. God will remove them. We have seen God remove leaders from this scene in this country. They should please don't join the multitude to do evil. They should believe like Martin Luther King to change the system in a non-violent manner. They should be men and women of ideas. They should take up leadership. They should be courageous enough to stand up for election. It is a calamity when the princes are walking on foot and the servants are riding on the horses. It is an evil system. We are meant to be leaders. This world belongs to our Father in heaven. Jesus Christ is the King of kings and the Lord of lords. And the government is put upon his shoulder. It will never come to an end. We must not abdicate the responsibility to ensure that there is progress in this country. Whatever progress Nigeria has made, the church has been responsible. We liberated this country at independence. We gave education. We gave health care. What we did, the government were done. Even the system of governance is from Isaiah. God is our judge. He is the judiciary. He is our lawgiver. He is the legislature. He is also our king. He is the executive. Everything we run is based on the Bible. Why are we abstaining? All it takes for evil to persist is for good to abstain. The younger ones should please be godly. They must be proud of the Anglican Church. They must be courageous enough to stand for their faith. They must not leave. They must stand and go out there and contest. If they fail, they should contest and contest and contest again. And like Abraham Lincoln, one day, God Almighty, the owner of government, is going to entrust the leadership of this country in the hands of the believers of God. Many may be the plans of the opponents, but the counsel of the Lord will come to stand. I encourage them. They are leaders of tomorrow. They should take up the mantle in a very radical, positive way and ensure there must be salvation.